Institutionalized?
Yes, is that such a thing? How did that play in your life? Talk to me about that.
It plays because mental health is real. We can be in denial all we want, my brother, but at the end of the day, hell yeah, it affects me. It's still affecting me. It's still things that I do. You're gonna do. That ain't, there's no way around that, man. You can't put a dog in a cage and you don't expect him to do
What are those things? Talk to me about that. Like, we see memes
I brush my teeth in the shower. No. Little shit, not in the sink. I feel like that's disrespectful. You spitting in the sink. But in jail, that's disrespectful. At home, that's nothing. Right there. I do that to this day. I did it this morning, my brother. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's innate.
Like that.
It's innate.
As I take a shit, I clean the shower out. I the toilet out. I don't just do what a normal person do. Shit and just leave the bathroom, right? Wash your hands. Nah, man, that's disrespectful in my eyes for the next person that's coming in. That's institutionalized shit, man. The fuck is you doing, bro? Shit and leave.
Yeah. Talk to me how that plays in your behaviors. Like when people are walking down the street, when energies, like all of that good stuff.
I learned now, though, honestly, you have to correct your energy. You got to watch it. Prayer helps me watch it. Because if you just get released and come out here, your energy is down. And not down meaning you don't have motivation, but it's down in people sense. You don't trust. So I'm not going to speak to you if you don't speak to me. That ain't going to get you nowhere in life, though, right? You get what I'm saying? So that's one of the things why I've learned that, you can't get nowhere like that. You're not in the yard, bro. You feel me?
So level 7, why'd you name level 7? Where did that come from?
I don't care how tough you are. It has nothing to do with that. A sucker could trick you out your life in the prison system. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. The dumbest nigga is the smartest nigga in jail. It's real. Crackheads become tough. You know what I'm saying? Everybody healthy. So we all got a clear state of mind. A fool to trick you out your life in jail. So you gotta wisen up, and in order to survive level 7 mentality, you have to.
Look, Don, so real talk, man, I have a lot of friends who've been like us, family members too. Some of them have never came out of it.
Yeah.
Was there a defining moment? Can you really remember when it was like, yo, I'm not going back to this lifestyle anymore?
You know what's crazy, bro? Everybody asks me that. Man, I think I made that decision in there. Seeing things. You say to yourself, like, I ain't with, come on, man, this shit. Yeah, I'm better than this. And then at the end of the day, what first hit me, if you want to know like a person who influenced me, it was a woman CO. A long time ago, I was locked up. And she liked me to the point where she told me one day, you look like you don't even belong in here. I said, the fuck you mean? I didn't even know what that meant. The next day she said, because you don't know your value. That stuck with me. So I guess that was, when I figured that out, my value, that little bit, that was enough to want to change and want to grow, right? I mean, it came from a woman. She fly. You don't want to take it from a woman. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, we get our game, our name, our life from a woman. And that's what
he
really
hit pop with me. He hit pop. That's it. We're going to sit down now on that one. Boom. So that's the first scene. That was organic. That was it. So now we're going to
Hey, yeah. The life. I said it's the life. Yeah. Hey, yo, I see y'all out there living y'all life, man. Live it up. I went from sleeping on the bunk inside a cage to home ownership. While people was afraid of that life, I was condoning it. It helped that I was raised with a mice known to roam. If you got it out the mud, I slept there. I was homeless, living was only torture, and I could have done without it. But God rerouted, and now my mama.
What's up, good people? It's your boy, bro, Troy, right here doing it again, man. When we talk about special edition, this is it. So let's get back at it, man. First and foremost, Happy New Year, all the good stuff. I know you're probably tired of hearing of that. But back here on the Bro Code Show, it's all about storytelling. That's what we do well. And we do differently. We got a young man right here, man, and part of his story is gang life, prison, the culture. And those stories need to be told. And we're gonna do it right here on the Bro Code Show. So this is my man, Jadon Russell. He has a heck of a story. We will be connecting with him in the future, but right now we're gonna start it off a little bit about the childhood, man. So first and foremost, Jadon, how you feeling, man?
I'm blessed, man. No complaints. God is in control.
That's it, man. One day at a time, bro. One day at a time.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I remember we connected on social media, man. Social media is such a powerful platform. Good, bad, ugly, right, wrong, and different. But when the energies align, when they do, you meet good people, and that's how we connected, man. So I appreciate that. You dropped in the inbox, I answered. We said, hey, man, let's do work. Let's connect it. Let's talk, more action. And that's what we're about here on the Bro Code Show, partnerships. and coming together to collaborate to make great things happen. So talk to me, man. When you came to me, you are in a position now where you are marketing a book, telling people your story, and that's what we want to talk about. It's my job today, man, to really start the story in the beginning. So that's where we're going to start it, man. So I remember when we talked about gang life and that gang culture. And for you, it sounded like that started at about 10.
Indeed.
Yeah, tell me about
Started
it.
early, man. I left the house at the age of 10 due to abuse. You know, the street life took me. Seeing my pops abuse my moms, that led me to a lot of disdain for him, you know?
Yeah.
That led me trying to even kill him at the age of 10. So that broke any type of relationship that we may have had.
Yeah.
That severed that. At the age of 10, I was in the streets, man. Gang life touched my life at the age of 15. I haven't looked back since. So, you know, once it does impact your life in a way you won't even think it does until it happens.
Let's talk about that, because part of what we do, we live this thing called the bro code, but we're servant leaders as well. So we work with youth all of the time. And sometimes they can be impacted by that as well. So your story comes from abuse, but we deal with kids that can food insecurities, maybe don't have a male role model, you know, maybe don't have that picture. Maybe the streets was alluring because of money. So outside of the abuse, what was the allure about the gangs? Like what was it that really brought you to that side that found?
Sometimes we think we missing something. And a lot of times the streets just embrace you for who you is. You know, the streets don't judge you. That's why I don't love you either though.
Yeah.
Ain't no love in the streets, because anything that don't judge you, it just accepts you for who you are. Really, it's probably because it's taking something from you.
Yeah.
And that's the streets. So that really the law was just that. The fake love that I thought was love, but it was the non-judgmental love. People ain't care, man. I hooked up with people that thought like I thought when I was that young, at that age. You're talking 15. So my mentality back then, of course, it was just to self-destruct.
Yeah.
And that's all that was running around that I was around, surrounded with self-destructive mentalities. So of course I embodied that, you know?
So with that type of mentality, you're in the gang life now. We've oftentimes compared to how we run gangs to how we run CEOs and big businesses.
Hey, if you run a gang, you can run a board. You can run a board, you can run a company. Right?
So talk to me about that life. Like what was it like for you? What were you involved in?
It's everything, man. Like, you know, I come from a place where you couldn't really be in it if you're not always in it. You couldn't mess with it. I come from them old laws, the old school, you know? My set, man, is one that's well respected worldwide. A family. And it started from founders that to this day, they doing life behind bars. They gave it all. The good thing that came out of it was the principles that they set us to live by. We ain't had no fathers.
Yeah.
So the people that we grew up again, you gotta remember I left the house at the age of 10.
Yeah.
So who do I go to for guidance, right? These happen to be our founders, our big homies, man. They guided us. So even in the self-destruction, it was some positive. They gave us our fly swag, you know, they gave us our sense of respect and entitlement for how we deal with people and courtesy, right? How you talk to a woman. So some positive things do come out of that. And if it's positive in you, it'll shine through it, especially with gang life, you know, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's sidewalking in the streets. Everybody just confused the two, but that's why they made a big difference. If you're sidewalk, then you should stay on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Gang life is really streets, man. Some people get in it and then they realize that it's not for them, and that's the ones that tend to try to hop back on the sidewalk. So it can mess your life up both ways, because if you're not in it for real, you shouldn't be in it.
So now you're in the streets. How long did it take you in being in the streets? Potentially drugs, women, alcohol,
Come with it. Soon as you get in it,
guns.
man. Yeah, that shit come with it. It's a territorial thing. That's what you're exposed to. You know, what we call it, a product of our environment, right? So you tend to be a product of that if you allow it. As long as you allow it, I should say, right? It'll affect you.
So now we're transitioning to being in the gangs, and we talk about, you know, sitting down, doing time. How long did it take you to get from that gang life, that early teenage years, to now going behind bars?
15 years old, I did my first bid. I did 5 years. I came home, that was state time. I was only home probably 2 years. Then I went back and did 7 years. That was federal time. So I touched both sides, you know? I never had a chance to touch a lot of the positive side because of going in and out of jail like that and doing extensive long stints. Like, I come from a territory, you know, a place, a family in a set where ain't no telling, ain't none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No snitching around here.
Ain't none of that. You couldn't
Indeed.
do that. Yeah.
You heard it right here,
No
man.
laws.
It's your boy, bro, Troy. I got my man, Jadon Russell. Bro Code. Be right back.
Stay like that.
Appreciate it, King.
Likewise.
So let's jump back into the conversation where you're locked up. You know what I mean? You're in that space where the gang life has put you in this situation where, you know, what do I do next? Tell me how you were feeling in this moment.
Fucked up, man. For loss of words or to start at, right? You feel lost. But at the end of the day, you don't feel lost because somehow you justify it in our mind. Yeah. And once you start to mature, that's when it kick in. Yeah. I got to say that, where you see where you could have done things a better way, if it is such thing, right? Yeah. So you do be in an empty space, man, and that's when you start searching for yourself.
Let me ask you this, because I think, you know, not everybody's been locked up. I don't think a lot of people even really understand it.
Indeed.
I'm gonna ask you this personally. Are you a bad person?
It depends on who you're asking. Me? No.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can be, yes.
Okay. Is there a lot of people in prison that really are really good people, man? Just maybe fell into a situation?
Man, you meet some of the most humblest, intelligent black men behind bars, bro. You gotta realize, man, that's what a lot of people find themselves. Some of the greatest men are our leaders. Let's not take nothing that for granted, right? They turned the worst of their conditions into the best of their conditions. We can go all the way back to Malcolm X, right? Like Nelson Mandela, right? Go all the way back, even before that. You got, so it's an extensive list of what they use it for, but in them sense of it, it can be utilized and you can make yourself into something greater.
You know, you reminded me of something Mike Tyson just shared, and they asked him when he was most happiest.
He said in jail.
He said the 3 years he was locked
peaceful,
down.
Bro.
He said it was peaceful.
It is.
He said it was his first time.
You get a hold of yourself, man. My brother speak about this a lot. Shout out to Tut, man. He speaks about a calling. Like when you have that special connection with God, and it's real, man. A lot of us are afraid to pray. We are. We feel like we too tough to pray or whatever the case may be, but you can't live life without a connection with God, man. Man can't. I mean, in the Bible, he says he's gonna help 3 people, right? Yeah. Women, children, and fools. You don't ever say it, man.
I love that. I tell people all the time that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And so many people are in the physical trying to be tough and then not having that connection, and you wondering why you feel depressed or anxiety and all those things.
That's why, man.
You earlier off scene, you were sharing about the person who planted a seed with you and told you about worth. Can you share that with us?
A female. She told me, man, back in the day, Miss Wilson. Her name was Jadon Wilson.
Shout out to Miss Wilson.
I was in Northern State. I was in Northern State, man. And one of the things she said to me was that. She walked up on I'm in the cell smoking. I ain't had no goddamn business smoking too. And that's what made her say that. She said, look at you. She's like, you realize you don't even belong in here though. Yeah. And I never even understood what that means. But the next day she came back and told me that again and said, because you don't know your value yet. So I wanted to know my value, and that shit stuck with me.
Yeah. How important is it? Was there mentors? Because I've seen a lot of the prison movies. I've seen Hurricane with Denzel Washington, but he had mentors in there, OGs teaching them the rules.
It's what you surround yourself with. Everything is in there. Don't get me wrong. If you want to be on bullshit time, it's bullshit in there. Yeah. If you want to just be a knucklehead in there. Yeah. All that in there. That's what they got the hold for too, though. Yeah. That come with all of that. But then you have your mentors and your people who going, if they see things in you, they'll share a lot of wisdom with you, man, and pour into you. Yeah. You shared earlier too that you were locked down on a second time and you were moved around a lot. Yeah, federal, man. Federal ain't like state. 2 different things, man. And that's what Level 7 gonna show graphically. Level 7 TV series, that's what I plan on showing and bringing to life. If you can remember Oz, if y'all can remember that show Oz, I plan on recreating that. Okay. But see, Oz, it was state. A lot of people don't know federal don't even have bars, man. You get what I'm saying? If you've never been inside a federal institution, you won't know that. So I just want to recreate the factor of how both of them, it messes with your brain, right? Mental health is real and it traumatizes us, but it has a bigger impact. Federal does than state. Because of how they ship you around, world, globally, and everywhere, away from your family. So talking about your upbringing, man, we've really been hitting on mental health in all the circles and spaces that we go in, especially for young black men. Were you raised in a point where it was like, yo, I can show my emotions, I can talk about my feelings, I can cry in front of you, I can show my weakness? None of that. It was just, I come from, man, I was raised around hyenas, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keeps screaming that wolf shit. I was raised around hyenas because they ran in packs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was raised around hyenas and they all ran in the same pack and they abided by the same rules. So if you was gonna come amongst this family and anybody couldn't come amongst it, you had to be chosen. You know, the imagery of what you just said to me, I'm just put myself in the Lion King and I'm thinking about the hyenas
coming up on him. And then here he is, he's a king, but not against this pack of hyenas.
That's what you got to understand and respect strength at. Strength rolling numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, power is power, but even the cord has long extension to get to where it gives its strength from.
I love what you're talking about. And I personally wasn't able to really elevate ever as strong as I am until I got surrounded with some people that was like-minded and we had alignment, man.
A lot of times I think that's what we're missing most, black men, opportunity.
Yeah.
And opportunity not knowing so all the time, meaning monetarily things, somebody giving you something, but just pouring into you. That's opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Somebody has to really take opportunity and see opportunity in you to even pour into you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of us is missing nowadays. We don't grow up with fathers as it is. So who else do we have to pour into us?
I wrote a post earlier on social media, but I was sharing about black men. And I said, yo, dear black men, the next 10,000 black men you see, man, give them a pound. Because you don't know, man. We might be smiling in your face, but you don't understand what we've been through, man. Yes.
Like you be surprised, man. I watch people smile that got life. I used to question that. Like, how the hell do you do that, man? For real.
Yeah.
When I was down, I used to just have to look right across the hall.
Yeah.
He doing 2 life sentences, man. If you don't pick your head up, my dude, then you don't even deserve to live, man.
I appreciate that. You've heard this on the Bro Code. We're gonna take a break and we'll get back with you in a minute.
No doubt. Thank you, man.
Hey, we're back with OG Ryder. Hey, I got to talk about the elephant in the room before we get too much further.
Let's do it, man.
You know, we both from Jersey.
Okay.
But from what I understand, you don't rep the best team out there. You don't rep the Giants.
Why you beating around the bush if we're gonna dress?
I mean, hey, let's talk about it.
Elephant big.
Yes.
You're going all the way around.
Let's do it.
I don't fuck with the Giants.
Now, what led you to this brain issue?
I don't understand them. I don't understand the Giants. I never liked them. Just because I'm from Jersey, I don't like the Jets.
Well, I could get the Jets.
I don't get the Giants.
So who do you pull for here?
I like Broncos, man. I like Peyton Manning. Let me say that. I'm a player person. Like basketball, I don't even have a team. I like the Kobe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like players, but I don't like no players on the Giants. Let's make that understandable.
Wow. That's the
Giants.
Okay. All right. We're gonna try to move amicably through this.
I got the big brother, Peyton Manning.
Peyton. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got the better brother, Eli. You know. But that's all right. We'll move on.
Giants, man. Don't y'all play this week?
We play today, man. But
who y'all play?
Playing the Vikings.
I want to bet.
Hey, let's talk. Let's talk after the show.
We on live. Let's talk live.
Live? Okay.
Yeah. I want to place a gentleman's bet, $20.
I could do that.
Ooh, what time they play?
They play 4:25.
What time is it?
We got time. We got about another hour.
You don't want them to play them Minnesota.
Hey, I'm gonna be $20 richer. But hey, we're gonna get on. Now, you were talking a little bit about to me earlier about the issue you had with the father. You know what led to one of the sentences. I happen to be a new father.
Okay. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, man. A new baby boy. Tell me a little bit about what your experience has been like as a father, and any nuggets of wisdom that you might have.
It's joyful. It makes you think twice. It do. It makes you think twice. You know, you're gonna make a lot of sacrifices. You can't be there all the time. I was always told that a man is supposed to be Superman to the kids. We ain't supposed to be there every day because you really can't make the things happen that they want to happen. But other than that, you know, it does change you in a lot of ways, mentality-wise. It does slow you down, man, because you're not just thinking for yourself anymore, right? You're thinking for something that's bigger than you. You got a higher purpose, but they also is a purpose. Your child, your children.
Now you have three kids?
Indeed, a daughter and 2 sons, man.
How protective are you of your daughter versus your sons?
I love her, man. That's my heart, man. I'm scared, man. I tell her every day we got to bet that she don't grow up. She keep telling me that's impossible, Daddy. Man, we got to figure this out. But it's humbling because I want to show her the right way. I mean, that it made me just slow down too with how I deal with women and how I approach women. Because you can't just treat a woman any type of way. Because I don't want my daughter to be treated any type of way. You get what I'm saying? Anywhere it goes, it's going to be a reflection. So you got to be mindful of that.
I was glad I had a boy just for that same reason.
That's even worse though.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like I got a son. I don't want him going to jail. I got to keep him out of jail and keep my daughter off the goddamn strip pole. So, you know, them 2 things you got to do, right? When you got a daughter or a son, 2 things right there.
Yeah,
you do that, you made it.
Your mission is keep him off the pole. I feel you.
Get him out of jail and off the strip pole. I'll be all right, bro.
Now, I understand you're the executive producer of Dame Dash Studios.
Yes, that gave me a lot of experience, man.
How did that even come about?
True story, I was on the run from the feds when I met Dame.
Word.
Yeah, I had to go to his house. My brother took me to his house to get low. Wasn't supposed to be there, but Dame didn't even know what was going on, so I was in there.
Damn.
And that's how we got to film it. He said, this is, Dame, he created. This is a goddamn movie, hold on. Rod called his wife, get the cameras out. Next thing you know, 30 motherfuckers in the house, cameras everywhere. It's a story, it's a movie. And that's real. That's how my life really got started into me believing that I do have a story to tell. Our story in itself and everything we've been through.
Now with that story, for our audience, what's the name of the book that's coming?
Level 7, man. Be on the lookout for that. And level 7, is levels to life and mentality. But that's what the book is based on, showing the levels that I went through in the streets and how it's all symbolic to each other because change ultimately is our goal, right? You can't stay the same forever because you'll get the same results. And we want different results. That's what New Direction is about.
That's what's up. Well, I wish you much success.
Indeed, likewise.
Except with this bet, because I'm about to be 20 bucks richer.
Oh, you know it, man. You know it. You know it.
OG
Absolutely.
Ryder here on the Bro Code Show,
Thank you
man.
for having me.
Nah,
Bro.
thank you for being here, bro.
Hey, yeah. The life. I said
You
it's the
already
life.
know, man. Look, we've had a great show, man. With Bro Code Show, we here. We got the white background. We are doing it big with my man, Jadon Russell. We've talked about the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between, man. But we got a segment on this show here called the $2 bill segment. Now, before the show, we asked you, man, what is a word that you use to describe yourself? And you told me upper echelon, right? Now, the bros like, yo, we're gonna ask him to spell it. We ain't gonna do you like that. We ain't gonna do you like that. However, man, we got something for you.
Look, man, first of all, thank you. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for your transparency.
Yeah,
All
sure.
We got a $2 bill here for you. You matter. We always give these out, man. And your name's on the front. We signed it. Our whole team signed it for you. It's yours. Keep it.
Can't
Keep
spend
it
it.
with you, man. You can't
Can't
spend that
spend
one,
it.
bro.
See that?
Can't spend that one, bro.
What you talking about, man? Ain't nobody never gave me nothing.
You gotta show them the other
Bro
side. show
Code
them the
gave
other
me
side.
$2 though. Bro Code gave me $2 though.
Why upper echelon? Talk to us about that word.
Why? I come from the bottom. Opposite of upper echelon. The bottom of the bottom. I want to go to the top of the top. And I feel like I embody that. And it's all about what we feel like we embody, right? You are what you think you are. I always thought of myself as upper echelon.
That's what's up.
Right here.
But we appreciate you for coming through, man.
Likewise.
OG Ryder, Jadon Russell. Now, get that book.
Yes, sir. Level 7, man.
Tell them where they can get it, man. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know your IG, phone number, all that.
Will be out March 30th. The release date is for March 30th. That's my birthday, actually. That's why I'm setting for that day. Book tour is coming, man. We're gonna be doing those in April and May. You can find it on all across distribution platforms, man. I'm trying to see if I can get it uploaded on Tubi.
Yeah.
I may be the first one to do that, so be on the lookout for that, man. Be on the lookout for everything that New Direction got going on. As a matter of fact, after my book, we're doing Tut book. We'll be doing 8th grade and Tut, and why they came together to formulate New Direction and stopping the gang violence and gang activity. And that's formulated in the streets of New Jersey, man, and we're taking that worldwide.
You heard it right here on the Bro Code Show. It's your boy, Bro Troy.
Bro Smith.
And we are the Bro Code.
Hey, yeah. The life. I said it's the life. Yeah. Hey, yo, I see y'all out there living y'all life, man. Live it up. I went from sleeping on the bunk inside a cage to home ownership. While people was afraid of that life, I was condoning it. It helped that I was raised with a mice known to roam. If you got it out the mud, I slept there. I was homeless, living was only torture, and I could have done without it. But God rerouted, and now my mama the proudest when performing at events. She be screaming the loudest. We done came a long way.